what do you think about this Monday night atmosphere and Highmark Stadium and your experiences here and what it means?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on. It's good to be on with you guys again. And the overall experience at Highmark is going to be electrifying. From my experience, it was already cool, but coming back and being legend of the game last year, it was something totally different. So, from a fan's perspective, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a show. And from a player's perspective, I feel like we're going to get to business tonight on Monday night and get back on track to, making this big push.
Yeah, Stevie, so from that, what do you think, just as a former player on the offensive side of the ball, that we have seen the Bills over the last month or so get off to some slow starts and then play up to the standard that we've come to expect with this Bills team in the second half? What do you think is the one or maybe two keys for the Bills to kind of hit the ground running early, not only just on Monday night against the Broncos, but for the remaining, half of their regular season schedule and then into the playoffs?
Well, good question. I feel like the team's been going through phases, trying to figure out offensive pieces, trying to figure out what type of playbook will work, how to take care and manage our players, for the long run. And I think at this point, we're woke, I would say. So if we just play our game, play who we know we are, play how we know we can play, utilize whatever playbook we need to, we can still be dominant, and I feel like it's a wake-up call, at this moment, at this point of the season, because, we lost the teams that we felt like we should have won early. And we lost the teams that we know we'll see later on if we make this push. So, we had a good spot now to be ourselves and come out hungry and get it back started at home.
Yeah, this week's Legend of the Game is former Bills wide receiver Stevie Johnson, the Legend of the Game presented by the BFLO store, the official retailer of the Buffalo Bills. Stevie's going to be at the BFLO store in Williamsville on Sunday from 1 to 2. And you can enter to win a $250 BFLO gift card and a football signed by Stevie. Enter at buffalobills.com/BFLO. Stevie, you're right. I mean, this team has got a big engine under the hood. I always use that analogy. And sometimes it's hard for them to get it started. And, a lot of fans have called into us and made the assertion that it would be better, and I think fans would feel better if they would just go faster. They would pick up the pace, go no huddle, do it. Yeah, everything you can think of. What are your thoughts on the difference between going no huddle at a fast pace, or at least no huddle and going up to the line of scrimmage and then calling the play, even if you take the whole play clock, go no huddle so you get a longer look at the defense and you can pick and choose your play? What are your thoughts about what kind of some of this stuff that people seem to have the idea that will make give the offense a spark?
Yeah, no, that's a good point right there. Good analogy that you put together, because I love it as a player. As a receiver, you go to the line and you can kind of see 1, 2, or 3 options of what the movement of the defense is doing, and then we already have elite quarterbacks. We have elite positions, skill positions everywhere. So I think the roar of the crowd saying, "Let's do this, let's try this, because we know we have all the pieces to do it." So. I would say this to combat that, though. I think we'll try it. They're probably doing it at practice. They're probably getting prepared for all of it. They hear us. I feel like they hear us. And we got the stars to do it. It's nothing holding us back. I think it's just a matter of time and utilizing at the right time. Right now we still figuring it out. We still figuring our pieces out everywhere. Dealing with things that doesn't have to do with, the play per se. I would say, like, through injuries, trying to fit people in. It's a lot that we're going through. No excuses, but I think we're able to do all the things that the fans are requesting, and I think it'll show in time.
All right, Stevie, you were always famous when you played with the Bills for kind of being that freestyle player, that when in a time in the league where wide receivers had to run very specific routes on a certain amount of steps and break toward the sideline 8 steps after, you were shaking guys at the line with basketball crossovers, and famously with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Chan Gailey, it was like, hey, just go and get open. Talk to the listeners about how important it is for a quarterback that in Josh Allen has become an elite quarterback, unquestionably, in the NFL. Talk about how important it is for him to just play football. I know that sounds cliche, but just maybe even lean on some of the backyard stuff that he did with his brother back in California and at Wyoming and early in his career. That for as good as Josh has been from the pocket this season, talk about how important it is to have that extra element of just having fun and playing football.
Yeah, it's very important. I think that's just getting back to the basics and who we've seen him to be as he's grown to who he is now. You know, we've seen him be that rebel player, that backyard football player, so we know it's in him. You know, it's just we got to take a lot of other things into the account, you know. What else is going on in his ear, like with, you know, check downs, throw it here, or protection. You know, a lot of other things happen, you know. So now, because, you know, there was a phase when he was doing really well and doing risky things, and people were saying, hey, just go down or don't run or don't take that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be something, you know. But the whole fact of getting back to the fun and going up there and playing football with your boys is very important, and that's something that they should listen to and should hear, because as a star player, you're as good as your star is. But then if you got another star, you just, hey, let him be a star too. And then that's what made Fitz so good all around the league. He wasn't just trying to make the play for himself. You know, he knew he had other star power and let them do their thing, you know. And that's what, you know, what I think we're getting to now when we have Cook, Kincaid, Gabe, we got Diggs. We got to feed our boys first, you know. But, you know, it's all timing and then situation. So, you know, that's where the team come in at. Now we got to talk about defense. You know, is it a situation with field position? So we can only do so much, I would say. But, you know, getting back to the backyard football, I think they're there. You know, it's pretty interesting that we talk like this with about adjusting the offense. And our offense is pretty much like a top 10, top 5 defense. Our quarterback is top 5 in the league. I feel like, you know, it's just more evolution to go. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Monday night.
All right, Stevie, when you get in town, do you know yet?
Yeah, I get in tomorrow. Tomorrow night I'll be in.
Is there any? All right, give me a quick handful of stuff that you got every time you come back. What do you do? Are there people you see? Certain people you see? Are there things you do? Places you go?
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah.
That you can share with us.
I always go check out our wheelchair football team.
Right.
As a matter of fact, you know, it's salute the service game. So
Yep.
shout out to them. Shout out Mr. Wills and One Leg Day. I'll be at everything vintage. I got some friends in the community. Buffalo Go. You know, we do things like comedy shows and fashion shows. And then, you know, I usually take care of the business with all my business with the Bills. So I try to get both worlds, get in the community and do my professional thing.
Is there any place that you like have to get food from, like Bar Bill? Were you not a Bar Bill guy, or any pizza? Like, where are you going to eat when you're here?
It's usually at Lenova's or Elmo's.
Okay, all right, yeah. Good choices.
I recently went to Elmo's. Again, it's been a while, but mainly Lenova's or Elmo's. Those wings at Elmo's is crazy.
Cannot go wrong,
man. Perfect.
Yeah.
Stevie, thanks for being on with us, man. Travel safe. We'll look for you on Monday Night Football.
One love, brother. See y'all later.